Hey, so I am here on Friday night because for the second week in a row, more recently, no one showed up for our Friday night call. And I'm taking that as a sign that it's time to move on. I have been giving of myself, my training, my gifts, my time and energy to serve because that's what was in my heart. I felt like that was, where God called me. But I think He is shifting me from that assignment. It was great for the past year. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I grew and I developed some beautiful relationships hosting the meetups the way that I have. But this is not me saying that I'm completely giving up the meetups. I am definitely going to be considering not doing Friday nights anymore, at least not for free. We are working on creating a community, a global women's transformation community. And the intention of that community is to create a space for us to facilitate various aspects, the holistic empowerment that we talk about. We're creating a community that's going to be providing different aspects of that holistic empowerment. And I want to show this to you all because I want you all to understand how powerful it is for us to create this community, to be able to share it across the globe, women everywhere, online, and to be able to have it facilitated by women all over. And I say that because I'm saying that to say that I am looking for other women to partner with, particularly women of color. I'm going to be honest because that's who I want. I want representation. It matters. If you are someone like myself or another woman of color, and you work, we'll say, in a corporate environment, nowhere in particular, and there are literally zero people of color, especially women, or people of color in general, in top positions, it doesn't seem relatable or achievable to you. Am I wrong about that? I know I'm not the only person that feels that way because I've had conversations with others like myself. And so I say that to say that when I was going through my coaching training and I was nailing down who I wanted to speak to and how I felt like my strengths and my gifts could be relayed out into the world. Ooh, y'all, I'm about to knock the microphone over. I realized that what I'm trying to do, not to say that there's no one else doing it, but when I Googled what I'm attempting to do for us, I didn't see any of us showing up. Okay. And that was immediately a sign for me to keep moving in this direction. The difference now is that I don't know if you all have been following me long enough to know that I collaborated with a whole bunch of beautiful, amazing, intelligent, anointed, powerful women during the month of March for International Women's Day. And my assistant was exhausted. Shout out to Anir. But I felt so alive just hopping on calls with these women and, coordinating them, putting their selves out there on my platform. And I loved it. And it was something about it that it was like the Lord was telling me, this is what I'm calling you to do, which I already have so many other ideas that I'm working on putting into place to collaborate and partner and provide opportunities with other women of color. That is something that is very passionate to me because when I needed an opportunity, there was really no one there to give me that opportunity. So I want to give that to someone else. Anyway, it's not just about me. If it's holistic empowerment, that means I only know a piece of that puzzle. There are other women that have to add the other pieces in order for us to create this whole community that's going to be beneficial for women across the globe. So I say that to say we're creating this community, and I'm also starting the nonprofit side of it, which will be Global Women's Transformation Collective. I already have 2 board members, one on the physical health and healing and holistic health side, and the other on mental and emotional health and healing side. I am looking for more board members. Okay. Preferably, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say women. You can be an ally, or you can be a woman that is a part of a marginalized community. Actually, I was listening to something recently where they were talking about the difference between an ally and I want to say an advocate. I'm going to have to go back and find it. Either way, long as you're down for the cause and your heart is in the right place and we pray and we know that you're the right fit, please contact me. Let's jump in. But listen, this is a big vision, but it's not all mine. And I think that's where I tend to throw myself into a state of overwhelm, because I'm like, how am I going to do all of this? I don't have to do it all. I just have to manage it, steward it, lead it, guide it, give it vision. Just ignite the fire and then let others begin to, add to it. And so that's what we're doing with this. All right. So we're starting the nonprofit. Our first meeting is next month. We're looking for board members. We need someone in the financial arena. I'm still looking for an attorney. Whoever I can find finance-wise, I'm talking accounting. And I'm talking about accounting from a nonprofit and a for-profit perspective. All right, somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that wants to be a part of what we're doing. Because for me, coaching and personal growth and development and my spirituality and my faith, all of that is what changed my life. The trajectory of my life, the trajectory of my 4 daughters, the trajectory of my sisters and my mom. That's what changed it. And my grandson, right? Because now he is born into a family that can leave him a legacy that is much healthier than the one that we initially would have handed over to him, because we're healthier. One woman changes generations. She can change generations. She can change a community. She can change a marketplace, a workplace. She influences men. She influences children. She influences other women. We are powerful, and we can do that for good or we can do that for bad. And a lot of times it's not even that we're intentionally doing it for bad or negative. We're just broken. And when you're a woman of color or a part of a marginalized community, there's a lot more layers to that thing that have to be stripped away and healed in order for you to truly begin to show up in this world as who God created you to be. And that is my full intention. So I'm getting off track here, y'all. So I want to share with y'all something really quick. All right, so give me 1 second. Where is my Canva? I want to share this with you all. I'm going to be teaching on this. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview, okay? So this is really the basis of what we're doing, okay? I want you to see this. So you've been hearing me talk about the KLB strategy. Know, love, and be. And what you've also heard me talk about, if you listen to my podcast or listen to my videos, I also talk about the holistic empowerment, which is holistic, right? So that means that it covers all aspects of who we are, not just 1 or 2 areas, right? And so instead of trying to just spot reduce one area of your life, it's all about saying, okay, I am a whole being. And if I don't look at my healing and my growth and my development from a whole perspective, I won't be congruent, as Dr. Cindy Trim taught me. I won't be congruent in how I show up in the world. I'm still going to be defragmented, right? So showing up in the world as a whole person, healed, whole, walking in love, loving yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your value. You are confident. You are empowered. No one can take it away from you. You know who you are. You know what to base your decisions off of, how to spend your time, how to place boundaries in your life. You know where you're going. You know who God called you to be. You have a strong foundation to stand on. Sounds like a lot, I know, but it is possible. But for us, this is how we do it. Okay. So know yourself. That's the first letter, KLB. K is know. Know yourself. It's a level of self-awareness and self-discovery. And again, I'm not going to get too deep into this right now because it spans from your personal into your professional life as well. In the community, we're going to break this all the way down to make sure that we're helping you all to walk this path, okay? The next one is L, love yourself, which would be self-care, self-preservation, all right? We wait on other people to do it for us, and I'm only speaking from what I know, from myself and women that I've talked to, had relationship with, been around, experienced life with. We tend to want others to do it for us, or we just scratch the surface. Kind of like with self-awareness, right? You don't want to go too deep because then you're going to have to actually deal with the things that are uncomfortable, but you have to deal with them at some point because they're going to show up anyway. So you dealing with them places you in a space to be even stronger, even better. Okay. And so you see with these two overlap, the know and the love overlap, and that creates your inner woman healing and your inner woman health. That's where you become strong because the woman inside of you is healing. She is whole. Every single day, she's moving towards better, towards healthier, towards wiser. I want you all to think about this. Instead of trying to do it this little bit here and this little bit there, and then you go backwards and you take 5 steps forward and then you end up taking 4 back. Be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. But if you go through this process, you use this framework, I promise you, you'll find what you're looking for in order to stay the path and stay the course. The last one is be yourself. Alignment and authenticity. And as you can see here, know and be creates the overlap of personal growth. And love and be, the overlap is fulfillment. And right here in the middle, there's that holistic empowerment, balance and empowerment. Nobody can take that away from you, because you've already done the work. You already have a strong foundation. Now, I do want to point out to you all, because my faith means everything to me. And I've told my story multiple times, but I wouldn't even be here talking to y'all today if it was not for my faith in God, my spiritual relationship, and my trusting in him when I had no idea, like walking in a complete fog and sometimes absolute darkness. He kept me. And I know for a fact he gave me this, okay? And if it worked for me and for others that I have coached and others in my life that I have sowed into, poured into, and planted seeds and mentored, if it works for us, I know it can work for you as well. So this is going to be the foundation and the basis of what we're going to do in the community, okay? I want you all to consider this because it seems simple. Oh, yeah, well, I know how to do self-care. Yeah, I'm self-aware. I get that. I am who I am. And I show up authentic. Okay, but are you fulfilled? Are you at peace? Is trauma seeping out into your everyday life in some way at work? Or, you're snapping at folks, snapping on folks, snapping at folks, losing your temper with a quickness? What's going on? Are you really growing? So this is the foundation of what we're going to be doing in the community. We're going to do it through coaching programming. We're going to do it through trainings, workshops. We're going to do it through unique types of classes and courses. You're going to have access to reading material and journals. We're going to provide all of that so that you can have the support, because that's the biggest part of it, y'all. The biggest part of it is that support. having a community of people, mentors, and peers, and hopefully sisters and friends eventually. That's what we're looking to create through this. And we're looking to create it in a way that it can continue to sustain itself. Because as you begin to blossom and grow into who you were created to be, then you will want to also facilitate in some way towards other women's empowerment. That's my hope and that's my belief. And just so y'all know where I was going with the faith, knowing who God is and knowing who he says that you are. What can top that, y'all? Who can top that? Loving him and receiving his love. I just felt like crying right there when I said receiving his love. Powerful, y'all. Powerful stuff. Once you know how much God loves you, and you know that your love can never top his, there is no way that you will settle for anything less after that. You know you're good, no matter what people do. Because people are going to be iffy. They're going to disappoint you. That's not being negative. That's a fact, because we're all imperfect beings. So love, right? And being more like God. We were created in his image after his likeness. We are his masterpieces. We forgot who we are, y'all. There is no alignment with who we are in his eyes. So we're not being authentic to who we are. I read this quote in Dr. Darius Daniels' book, Represent Jesus. And I think I just wrote about this in my book, I think. Listen, he was talking about in the Garden of Eden, and he was talking about how what Eve was really deceived to give up was her authenticity, her true self. Why? Because her true self is who God created her to be. And she was tricked into giving that up. Now, if you're like me, you've read that and you heard different renditions and understandings and insights about it. But I just never thought of it in relation to this in that way. When we know who he is and who we are in him, y'all, nothing can stop us from being and having and doing what we were put here to do. All right. So I just wanted to share this with y'all. We're going to teach on this even more. I already do, but I'm going to be joined with others in teaching on it. And I'm really excited about it. So right now, we're going to be offering health classes from various aspects. Again, holistic. Obviously, I'll be doing my thing, teaching on self-leadership and leadership development for women and all the other things that you all would need for your professional and your personal development and growth. I am looking for others to come in and assist with that as well. We have, right now, I have someone that's going to be doing workshops and courses on releasing trauma through dance, as well as developing self-confidence and empowerment through self-defense. And I'm super excited about it because some of these events will be held in person and some of them will be hybrid and some of them will be online. And I'm so excited to bring this to y'all because even though we're bringing you information and we're bringing you opportunities to learn and to reset and refocus and reflect, the fact that it's in a community setting is the most powerful part of it, y'all. Because I have learned in the past year and a half how powerful it is to have the right tribe around you. I would not be where I am right now in this process if it weren't for the tribe that I've started to build and put in place around me. The days when I want to quit, they're the ones that remind me who I am. Put that crown back on. We don't quit, we pivot. And it's so crazy when you start having people say back to you what you say to them. But it's a beautiful thing because that's what you need. That's what we need. We need community. And that has to be pursued. It doesn't just happen, y'all. So hopefully you are already signed up. If you are not, we're going to start releasing information to you all through my email list, as well as through the meetup groups, the Facebook group, and our social media pages about the upcoming migration of the meetup groups and so forth into the new community. The first month, it'll be like a beta situation where we'll be testing out how many times a month we host certain events and so forth. You all would get early access to some stuff that's in the works as far as content is concerned as we're creating it. And we'll pretty much be using you all to really create a community that you all will want to be participating in. We'll also have the app in order for you all to be able to access everything from there on your phone as well, because how could we not? How could we not in 2024 when we're all on the go all the time? So I'm really excited about it. And then we're working on also, I'm looking for locations for our first retreat that we'll be doing in Amelia Island, Florida, next year for International Women's Day. Obviously, that's not going to be just me. It'll be a collaboration of various women of color coming together. And please, I want to be clear about something, y'all. I am half African American and half Filipina. I am married to a Jamaican man, so I have a Jamaican family. And I want you to know, as much as I was raised a Black woman from the rural South, my heart is for all women of color, not just how beautiful Black people are. I love us. I'm literally one of those people that love us. But I also love all women of color. So I'm reaching out to my Latina sisters, my Filipina sisters, and my other Asian sisters, indigenous sisters. Y'all tend to be overlooked, almost invisible. I want to collaborate with you all, your organizations, you as individuals. I want you to be included. I want you all to be represented. So please reach out to me if any of you want to be a part of facilitating in this community. We need you. And others need to see you so that they know that they have a place to come. All right. Well, that's it for me. It's Friday night. Time for me to start my weekend, which means I'm going to take a shower and get in my bed. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all next week. All right. Bye.